So, hello everyone. Welcome back to GraceNicoleMyths, Astrology and Tarot for a quick, intuitive check-in. All right. So, Aries, what I'm seeing is a fishbowl. I'm seeing a fish in a fishbowl. A fish that is too big for the fishbowl. Okay. So, wherever you are, I'm feeling as if you're kind of mindlessly going around in circles, and I'm feeling like, because I'm hearing you're better than this. It's almost as if you can jump out of the fishbowl and be fine. It's almost like you have to jump out of the fishbowl so that you can like turn around and look at the fishbowl from a different perspective. Like it's different. It's a different perspective in the fishbowl than from outside the fishbowl looking at the fishbowl. You know what I mean? You have to get out of the fishbowl in order to see what's really going on, because I'm seeing like other teeny little fish inside the fishbowl, like just kind of scattered haphazardly swimming around, and it's almost like you're too big for the fishbowl. You're better than this. And I feel like you forget you're not a little fish. You know what I mean? Like you're a big fish, you're not a little fish. And being around little fish for too long, it's like you're forgetting you're a big fish. You've got to get outside the fishbowl. Okay. Taurus. I'm seeing roses, and I'm literally hearing that song, Wonderful World. Is that what it's called? It's an old song. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. It's talking about red roses and violets. Don't know all the lyrics to the song. I just know that that's the one I'm thinking of. So maybe you know exactly which one I'm talking about, or you could look it up or something. But I'm hearing that song. It's almost like the acknowledgement, or the needing to acknowledge that life is better with someone in it. All right, so take it as it resonates, Taurus, or wherever Taurus falls in your chart, whatever house that is. Okay, there's something that needs to be acknowledged. 12th house Taurus would be the acknowledgement that maybe you're avoiding or afraid of the fact that life is better with someone. Okay. 12th house is fears we have to override. Gemini. Oh, I'm seeing scissors, Gemini. Are you thinking about cutting something or someone off, ending something? I'm feeling like the scissors are open, but they're not closing. There's a hesitation. You're hesitating for a reason. Understand there's probably something you need to see and or understand first before you actually choose to cut something off. Understand you might be missing something. Seeing things too on the surface and not seeing it deep enough. It's almost like you want to cut into somebody and you can't, or you won't, and there's a reason why you can't or won't. It's because doing that would be in misalignment. There's something else you're not seeing. You're seeing too much on the surface. you might need to take some responsibility for your own self in the situation. It reminds me of the cosmic currency I just put up, because Mars is at play in Gemini. There's this energy of, especially if you have significant Gemini placements, there's this energy of, and I use the example of seeing people upset in the reality. Like, you're seeing the reality clearly, like, yes, people are upset, but whatever they're upset at, or whatever the projection of their upset is, whoever is being accused of upsetting them, is not the actual reason they're upset. Like, let's just say someone reached out to someone else and they're upset because it caught them off guard. They got emotional, they don't know what to do and they're upset. Maybe a part of them is angry, maybe a part of them is sad. They're not sad or upset with the person for reaching out to them. You know what I mean? They're upset at either themselves for not being able to stand up for themselves, as to why they feel like they can't connect with that person, if that makes sense. And if you're angry because they're upset, like, maybe you're not angry at the person for upsetting them. Maybe you're angry at yourself. Like, maybe you had something to do with it. Why there's disconnect? Because I know the Mars placements right now, there's challenges to Juno, which is a loyalty thing. There's Eris being sextiled in there, which is mischief, self-created mischief, and Aries. And then there's challenges to Ceres, which means there's like a mother energy that's brokenhearted and lost. Like, there's other things going on beneath the surface. Like, it might not be that they're upset someone reached out. They might be upset that they can't be connected with this person to begin with. You know what I mean? That they can't even be honest about how they feel. Like, there's a different reason why people are upset than the one they're projecting. So take it how it resonates, Gem. Okay. I don't mean to get long-winded or confusing. Squares to Neptune. All right. Cancer. Cancer, I'm seeing you really reclusive. Like, I'm seeing you as the crab, and I'm definitely seeing you hiding under, like, ocean rocks, or, like, it's almost like the moonlight is touching you, but you're staying, like, barely, like, you're staying mostly out of sight. I think people that want to intuitively connect with you, like the moon, if they can intuitively connect with you, that's the best way to connect with you right now, because I feel like you're just staying out of focus. Like, you don't want to be, I'm hearing, like, you don't want to be in the limelight. You don't want to be the focus of attention, and or you are not the focus of attention and shouldn't be the focus of attention. But I am seeing this kind of claw, the crab's claw, like, peeking out under the rock and being seen in the moonlight. So it's almost like you're protecting yourself and putting out a claw, like a hand, but it's like, don't get aggressive with you. You know what I mean? Like, you are out of sight for a reason. You'll give a claw to someone in need, but if anybody tries to fuck with you, that hand would instantly turn into something to hurt them. Like, you will protect yourself. You will offer it to those who need it, who are willing to meet you in the moonlight, who are willing to meet you on an intuitively, emotionally intelligent level. But if someone's going to try and pull you out and into the limelight, I think you're going to claw snap at them. Like, don't drag me into it. Don't drag me into it. It's like, deal with your own mirror, right? The moon is like the mirror. And you're saying, don't drag me into it. Like, I will help you if you meet me on my level. An emotionally intelligent level. But if you try and pull me into something, I'm gonna fuck your shit up. Cancer. All right. Leo. Leo, I'm seeing sunflowers, which means I know that you're being authentic in whatever you're doing. However, like, it's authentic to Leo to, like, highly value the self or highly value whatever. But I'm getting this energy of, it's almost like greed or like being overpriced. Depending on what you have in Leo, like, let's just say you have Venus in Leo, right? Then the cost of your love is too high. If you were to have Mars in Leo, like, the cost of your dedication, passion, your ability to direct and take the lead somewhere, it's too high. Like, there's something, depending on what house Leo falls in, like, the price of whatever it is, that's what I'm getting, is too high. It's not that it's not valuable, but I think you're putting an unreasonable cost. It's an unreasonable cost. If that has to do with relationships or what you're willing or unwilling to give, like, be careful not to let your ego get the best of you and overvalue whatever it is to your detriment. If the price is too high, nobody's going to buy it. You know what I mean? No matter what energy that is. If the cost to love you is too high, no one's going to love you. You know what I mean? It's too energetically expensive. You're putting a really high price on something that I feel like it's too much. All right, so get that in check, Leo. Virgo. Let's get the Virgo. Virgo. I'm seeing dolphins, which can mean a few things, because dolphins are very playful energy and they're very intelligent. They also they're also one of the only creatures besides humans who actually like have sex for pleasure and not just procreation. Which may be something you're thinking about. I don't feel like you're actually doing it, because, to be fair, I'm only actually seeing one dolphin. So if there's, like, woundings, if you have woundings or hard malefics in Virgo, like, I wouldn't humor that energy. Okay? Like, if you have, like, Pluto in Virgo, or Ceres in Virgo, or South Node in Virgo, or Lilith in Virgo, Chiron in Virgo, like, I would not humor that energy of having sex for pleasure. I would focus on your joy, though. And I feel like on a soul level, I think that there's a need to look forward to or enjoy organizing your energy like getting your energy organized. Dolphins are also very on the surface. Like the dolphin that I'm seeing is very on the surface. It's by itself, which is so weird because dolphins never really travel alone. You might even feel like you're away from your joy, like away from that connected family, happy, joyous family type energy that you're looking for. Which definitely means you have some soul organizing to do because Pisces is your polar energy. You have some soul organizing to do. You have some cleaning out to do. Soul cleaning. If you want to reconnect to a joyous family type energy. Okay, Libra. Libra, I got that emergency message the other day, and this isn't going to be for all Libras, but make sure you get a paternity test, because I'm literally seeing that right now. And I'm seeing needing blood work done. Listen, I'm not a doctor and I don't give medical advice, okay? See a professional, but I'm definitely seeing, like, the needles they use to draw blood, to do blood work. You might seriously need to get blood work done. Like, if you haven't had it done in a long time, like, you should go get blood work done. If I'm seeing that, then you need to go get blood work. There's either some kind of hormonal imbalance in the system that is causing disruption, mentally or psychologically. There's something going on hormonally that the blood work would show, and or there is something serious going on in the body that the blood work would reveal. I don't care how scary that is. Like, it's better to be safe than sorry. Go get the blood work done. You know what I mean? And for those of you who may be pregnant or have someone pregnant, like, get a paternity test. Because I'm definitely seeing like a positive, like a pregnancy test that's positive. But you might also want to double check and make sure that, especially if you're a man, that it's yours. Yeah, those are the two separate messages that I'm getting for Libra. So Libra, make sure you're checking your health. Like, I'm seeing like major organs like heart, liver, kidneys, like the shit you fucking need to function right, okay? Like, go get blood work done. Like, if your insurance covers it, like, you have no excuse. Go get blood work done. Better to be safe than sorry. And to be fair, any cost to find out if you're the parent or not of someone, like any paternity test, it is cheaper than 18 to 22 years of child support. Okay? It's worth it. It's worth the price of the test. Okay. Scorpio. Scorpio. I'm seeing the scorpion like buried in the sand. with just like little, like the tail just sticking out and little bits of the head sticking out, and like you're hiding in the sand, almost like to get out of the sun. Like if you think about a desert, there's nowhere to hide, right? There's nowhere to hide from the sun. And it's like the sun is beating on you. So what do? You bury yourself in the sand, right, to get out of the sun. So like if it's almost like if the atmosphere is too hot, if there's not enough love, like water or love, like shade, like any kind of shelter around, that you figure out a way to create it for yourself. I think you're self-protecting in a situation that's potentially hostile, like too many fucking egos around, like big fucking bright ego. And it's like you don't even want to deal with it. It's like let the ego pass and come back out at night type thing, when this bright fucking light's not like beating on you. I feel like someone's overwhelming. Someone or something's like, someone's ego is overwhelming. It's too much. And so you're like taking refuge. It's like you almost have, it's like, no, people would assume you have nowhere to hide, and yeah, you found a place to hide. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like I could see the heat coming off the sand, you know? And you're just doing your best not to get roasted in it. I feel like you're present, like they know you're present, but you're not letting them burn you type thing, or cook you alive. Someone's ego is way too much, Scorpio. To be fair, depending on what house this is, like where your scorpionic house is, you might want to make sure that you're not cooking yourself or hurting yourself in some way. It's almost like that. It's almost like having like a cut or a wound that's bleeding and it needs stitches, but you're like, nah, it's fine, it's fine. You know what I mean? Like that kind of energy. When you really do actually need stitches, though. Like it's really bad and you need stitches, and you're like, no, I'm fine. Please keep yourself in check to make sure that your ego or whatever is not gonna hurt you in the long run. Because I mean, the scorpion is underground, barely, you know, trying not to die in the heat of the sun. So whatever this is, take it as it resonates, Scorpio. Okay. If you don't think it's a problem, and people have suggested that it might be a problem, or people have expressed that they weren't a fan of it, like, just be aware of it. And you're like, no, I'm fine. No, I got it under control. No, it's all right. No, it's not a problem. No, I could whatever, anytime. Like, don't lie to yourself. Okay, Sag. Ooh, Sag, I'm seeing a wall of keys. I'm seeing a wall of keys. And all the keys, like, they're all different kinds of keys, like modern keys, old school keys, skeleton keys, like all kinds of keys. And they all have tags, like tags on the keys. Sag, I think you have, there's a wall of labeled, like, tagged keys. Whatever keys you have, you know what the keys belong to. You know which key goes to what, or which key goes to who. Each key has a tag on it. You know what each key belongs to. Which key opens what door. And those doors could be to different future paths. Those doors could be to people and understanding people. Those doors could be to anything. You have the key. You have the key. And if there's a locked door, then you have the key for it. It's almost like anybody could come to you and say, hey, I'm having this issue. You know, this door is locked to me. And you were like, it's okay, I got the key for that. Yeah, Sag has the keys. Okay. Capricorn. Capricorn, I'm seeing the tombstone, which I can't say I'm completely surprised because, I mean, Pluto did just go direct in your sign. I don't know why 1970 is significant for someone, because I'm seeing like a 1970 on a gravestone. April. I don't know why or who that's significant for. Maybe it's just the number 4, maybe 19 is significant, maybe 70 is significant. I don't know. But I'm definitely seeing like a graveyard. That one tombstone just stood out to me for whoever that's for, but it may be something to do with the Pluto placement that was back in the 1970s, to be fair. Now I gotta look in my fucking AstroGold app and see what the fuck Pluto was doing back in 1970 in fucking April. Because I feel like there's something going on with the energy. Either something is being laid to rest energetically, a way of doing things, or something's being resurrected to revisit it, like the ghost of Pluto's past kind of shit, cat. You may literally just need to let something or someone go. And maybe not, that might not be in the literal sense, right, of like physically disconnecting from someone and letting them go. It could definitely be in the spiritual sense, in that whoever's actions or wounded lessons linger on you, like it's time to carve your own path and not be like them, you know? It's time to carve your own path. And not be like them. I keep getting that. The 70s just might be significant. But there's something that needs to be let go of. And to be fair, Cap, if we think about mythology with Pluto, because it was Pluto, Zeus, and Poseidon, Hades was technically the oldest Zeus was the middle child, and Pluto was the youngest of the three brothers. Whoever, it might deal with someone older, like an older sibling. If you have I don't know why Spirit's giving me this. It'll make sense to whoever it's for. Like, you're not meant to repeat their shit. You're not supposed to do what they did. You're supposed to learn from what they did and choose better. Like, let's just say someone didn't stand up to your parents. You know what I mean? Like, maybe your older sibling didn't stand up to your parents. Like, instead of doing the same thing and not standing up to your parents, maybe you're meant to. You know what I mean? Like, carving your own way. Alright, moving on. Aqua. Aqua, I'm seeing daisies and clouds. So you might want to look up daisies as like a metaphysical plant, a medicinal plant, and an energetic plant, like old school energies, what daisies represent. Because all plants have different things like gender, they're connected to a planet, like they're connected to a season, like they have all kinds of quote unquote magical meanings. I would look up daisies because they're floating around in the clouds, and clouds usually denote confusion. They don't look like they're dark clouds, so this is not storms, you know what I mean, but it's definitely cloudy. Which can also denote head fog. So make sure you're getting clear in your thoughts. And if you can surround yourself with daisies, then I would. I would go pick yourself up some daisies. If it's springtime where you are and they're around. I know it's not over here in the northern hemisphere, but yeah, I think you need to maybe ground yourself a little bit. Like if it's cloudy in your head, like you might want to go grounding. Okay. Pisces. Pisces, I'm seeing a whole bunch of hearts, so I feel like you're kind of all consumed by love right now, but the hearts that I'm seeing are kind of shaking, so I think there's definitely a fear attached to the love that you're feeling. I think you're afraid of like your heart exploding or your heart shattering. I think the amount of love you feel is overwhelming, Pisces. How much love you actually feel for whoever, you know who the fuck I'm talking about. I think the amount of love you actually feel for them is overwhelming. And I think you're being challenged. I think you know you're being challenged to be vulnerable, which is potentially terrifying. You know, it's kind of like not expressing something or not communicating will leave you in a state of suspension, right? Hanged man energy is Piscean energy. Not expressing something and being afraid will keep you in a state of suspension, energetic suspension. There's no progress there. It's stuck. So if you have the communication, it's kind of a win-win, because either you'll get the adverse of what you hope for, which allows you to finally move forward because you're not wondering anymore. Now you know for certain that you didn't get the response that you were hoping for, and it's time to give it up, right? And you can start moving forward out of the stagnation. Or you do end up getting the response that you were hoping for, and you can finally move forward and get out of the stagnation. You know what I mean? So it's a win-win. The fear or the stagnation isn't actually serving you. I think this is where you kind of fortify your heart space and say, okay, I'm going to move forward with this. And I know that no matter what, it's in my highest good, because I'm either going to be able to move on or move forward. And both are in my favor. So getting out of the energetic stuckness and overriding the fear. All right, so just do it. If you have stronger, significant Piscean placements, figure it out. All right, like, just do it. So that's the check-in. I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.